There's a question I have been asked more times than I can count. How do you stay so full of energy at your age? And let me tell you, it always brings a smile to my face because the truth is, I don't feel my age. At 82, I wake up every morning feeling like I am 50, ready to take on the day with the same spark I had decades ago. And the best part, it's not some big secret or complicated routine. In fact, it only takes 3 minutes a day. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 3 minutes? That's all? Yes. And that's exactly why I wanted to share this with you. Because if there's one thing I have learned, it's that the little things, the small, consistent habits, are what make the biggest difference in how we feel. You don't need to run a marathon or spend hours in the gym. You just need to know what to do and how to do it. So, today I am going to walk you through a few simple, everyday habits that have kept me feeling young, energetic, and full of life. And the best part, they are so easy. You can start today, right where you are. Let's begin with the first habit, and this one is all about movement. Now, I'm not talking about lifting weights or doing jumping jacks, nothing that intense. Instead, it's about gentle, deliberate motion to wake up your body and get your blood flowing. Every morning, before I even step out of bed, I do a quick stretch. Just 3 minutes of reaching my arms overhead, pointing my toes, and taking deep breaths. It's like giving your body a little wake up call, saying, "Hey, we have got a great day ahead. Let's get moving." And here's why this works. As we get older, our muscles and joints can stiffen up overnight. But by taking just a few minutes to stretch, you are helping your body stay flexible, improving circulation, and even boosting your mood. It's like oiling a squeaky hinge. Everything just works smoother. Now, the second habit is all about hydration. I know, I know, you have heard it a million times. Drink more water. But here's the thing, most of us don't realize how much of a difference it makes, especially as we age. Our bodies don't hold on to water the way they used to, and dehydration can sneak up on us, leaving us feeling tired, achy, or even foggy headed. So, here's what I do. First thing in the morning, before coffee or tea, I drink a full glass of water. Just one glass. It's simple, but it sets the tone for the whole day. Think of it like watering a plant. Your body needs that fresh start to thrive. And if plain water feels boring, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber for a little flavor. Now, these first two habits, morning stretches and hydration, might seem small, but together they create a powerful foundation. They are quick, easy, and something you can start right now without any special equipment or preparation. And the best part, they'll have you feeling more energized in no time. But we are just started because the next habit I want to share with you is all about mindset. And trust me, this one is a game changer. Let's talk about this game changer I mentioned, your mindset. You see, how we think about aging has a huge impact on how we feel as we age. If you wake up every morning telling yourself, "I am getting old, everything hurts, and I just don't have the energy I used to," guess what? Your body listens. But if you shift that thinking, if you start your day with a little positivity, you'd be amazed at the difference it makes. Here's what I do every morning after my stretches, my and that glass of water. I take just 1 minute to say, today is going to be a great day. I feel strong, I feel grateful, and I'm ready for whatever comes my way. Simple, right? But it sets the tone. It's like giving yourself a little pep talk before the day even begins. And over time, that small habit rewires your brain to focus on the good, not the aches, not the limitations, but the possibilities. Now, I won't pretend that every day is sunshine and rainbows. Some mornings, my knees creak a little more, or I wake up feeling a bit slower. But that's when this habit matters most, because instead of letting those feelings take over, I acknowledge them. Okay, I hear you. And then I gently shift my focus back to what I can do. That mental shift is powerful. It keeps me from falling into the trap of thinking that aging means decline, because it actually doesn't. Aging just means living, and how we live is up to us. Now, let's move on to the next habit, and this one is all about connection. Whether it's a quick chat with a neighbor, a phone call to a friend, or even a smile at the grocery store clerk, staying socially engaged is like a vitamin for your spirit. Studies show that people who stay connected, even in small ways, tend to be happier, healthier, and yes, even sharper mentally as they age. I make it a point to reach out to someone every single day. Sometimes it's a grandchild, other times it's an old friend I haven't spoken to in a while. And if I am not up to for a long conversation, even a short, cheerful hello, how are you, to the mail carrier or a neighbor does the trick. The key is to keep those little threads of connection alive, because isolation, that's what really ages us. But staying engaged with the world around us, that keeps us young at heart. Now, let's talk about something practical: posture. I know it might sound trivial, but hear me out. Over the years, it's easy to start hunching forward, whether from sitting too much, from fatigue, or even just out of habit. But poor posture doesn't just make us look older, it can make us feel older too. Slumping compresses your lungs, making it harder to breathe deeply. It strains your back and neck, and it even affects your energy levels. So, here's my trick: a few times a day, maybe when I'm brushing my teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil, I take 10 seconds to stand tall, shoulders back, chin level, like there's a string gently pulling me up from the crown of my head. And you know what? It instantly makes me feel more alert, more confident, even a little taller. It's a tiny adjustment, but over time, it trains your body to hold itself the way it should, not the way it's gotten used to. Now, these habits, mindset, connection, posture, they are all simple, but together they create a kind of ripple effect. They build on each other, because when you think positively, you are more likely to reach out to others. When you stand tall, you feel more energetic, and when you feel energetic, you are more likely to keep moving, to keep engaging with life. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, and it's something so basic, so fundamental, that we often overlook it until we don't have it. Let's talk about rest. That is the last point. Not just sleep, but real restorative rest. Because here's the truth: you can do all the stretches, drink all the water, and think all the positive thoughts in the world. But if you are not giving your body and mind the chance to recharge, you'll still feel worn out. And as we get older, quality rest becomes even more important. Now, I'm not saying you need to nap all day. What I am saying is that we need to be intentional about rest in a way we might not have been when we were younger. For me, that means two things. First, a short afternoon break, just 15 or 20 minutes with my feet up, eyes closed, letting my mind drift. No TV, no phone, just quiet. And second, a wind down routine at night. About an hour before bed, I turn off the news, maybe read a book or listen to some soft music. Here's why this matters. When we are constantly on, watching stressful shows, scrolling through brilliant screens, or just rushing until the moment we hit the pillow, our bodies don't get the signal that it's time to shift into repair mode. But when we allow ourselves to slow down, we sleep more deeply, our muscles recover better, and we wake up feeling refreshed instead of groggy. And that makes everything else, the movement, the mindset, the connection, so much easier to maintain. Now, I want to share one last habit with you, and this one might surprise you: playing. That's right, playing. Somewhere along the way, many of us decided that playing is just for kids. But why? Laughing, being silly, trying something just for fun. These aren't just frivolous things, they are essential. Whether it's dancing to an old song in your kitchen, working on a puzzle, or even doodling on a notepad, playful moments keep our brains active and our spirits light. Every day, I make sure to do something that feels like playing. Sometimes it's as simple as keeping a grandchild's silly drawing on my fridge and smiling at it every morning. Other times it's trying a new recipe, even if I'm not sure how it'll turn out. The point isn't what you do, it's that you give yourself permission to enjoy it without worrying about being productive. Because joy isn't a luxury, it's a fuel. So let's recap these simple daily habits that have kept me feeling decades younger. Gentle morning stretches to wake up your body, starting the day with hydration. A positive mindset check in, connecting with others, even in small ways. Paying attention to posture, prioritizing real rest, and making time for play. None of these take much time. None require special equipment or money. But together they are made all the difference for me, and they can for you too. Now, I won't tell you that every day will be perfect. Mine certainly aren't. Some mornings I forget to stretch. Some days I drink more coffee than water. But the beauty of these habits is that they are forgiving. Miss one day, just start again the next. This isn't about being perfect, it's about giving yourself small, consistent gifts of care.